Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, guys. Good evening, wherever you are, all across the continents, across the world. My name is LadyLynn-Kenya. First of all, I want to thank you for joining in. I want to appreciate you so much. I want to thank the new subscribers who've come in and who've joined in and liked the video, shared the video. I want to say thank you so much. To the existing subscribers who each and every time come to support me and check on my new videos, I want to say you are the bomb. I want to say let's continue that way, and each and every day let's encourage each other and let's do life together. Now guys, today is today, because today I'm shooting a video in the evening, by the way, and there's something that has been eating up my head from yesterday. From yesterday I was yesterday I was just taking my time and passing across YouTube channels and checking on my fellow content creators and wherever, and I found quite something interesting that I noticed that is happening in Nyabohanse, and I said, wow. I thought about it, and I had conversations in my head, and I said, let me just talk about this thing today, because maybe it can help somebody outside there, or it can give us a bit of perspective of what is happening, or maybe what's gonna happen in future. So with all that scene, I saw Nyabohanse yesterday, and I had the video. My boss was doing a video yesterday. My boss, that is, I am Marwa, the travel commando, who is very influential to any YouTuber across the world, and many people look up to him and will want to emulate him. It's not a matter of just collecting content at the end of the day, because you find I am Marwa helping people. So guys, as always, you've seen, you've seen the way I am Marwa, the travel commando, who we look up to, has always been supportive supportive of humanity. You cannot even say that he's been supportive of maybe YouTubers in Kenya only, but when you look at Marwa, you see a whole, just a whole composition of somebody who supports people from different races, different cultures. The other day when I was in Nyabohanse, I saw people from Jamaica who are YouTubers coming to check on him at his home in Nyabohanse, and not YouTubers only, but people who are just coming to give him presents and to just support maybe people from that village, and across the world. So people are even sending in gifts all the way from the US, all the way from Jamaica, all the way from whichever Caribbean countries. People knew that Marwa was in Kenya, and Marwa has been in Kenya at his home village, because he's been building his villa. He's been doing his final touches for several months so that he can finish his work and now see how maybe he can go back to the US where he's based. So this is a person who many people look up to. It's not people in Kenya only. So when I went to the villa the other day in December, I saw visitors from all across the world, and I met different types of YouTubers. Not what we know, that in Nyabohanse, fine, it's a village that has many YouTubers, but what you can also agree, not all the YouTubers that you found in Nyabohanse belong to Nyabohanse, because some came from Nairobi, some came from Mombasa, some came from Jamaica, US. There is another one just who came from US the other day, who is an Ethiopian that is in the villa currently also. There's there are many people from different parts of the world, and we appreciate I am Marwa for that type of hospitality and that. Wow. So what I was saying even the other day, you saw even there were visitors like from, is it Ireland or wherever. Even when you check on yesterday's video, now that is the point I'm coming to. Yesterday's video, I sensed something is not right. When the travel commando was issuing the help to the family that is in the neighborhood, those 4 or 5 children, and it was such a good time. It was such a good gesture, because he was doing it in front of the cameras. When he had all that amount, and he was there with the who was there, the Pablo or somebody there, and he was doing that in front of the cameras, and asking him, what amount do you have in your hand? And they were counting everything when we were seeing, and they were giving that the mama who was there the mom who had 3 children and one small girl, yeah, who was ready to go to school by Monday. So we saw everything, and we saw even Marwa, the boss Marwa, walking and going towards his villa and getting inside the villa with that whole family following him, plus another man who he had sent to go pick the girl at school. Marwa was on phone calling him when we were listening, and telling the guy to hurry up because he needs to give him his money. He doesn't want to remain with any money that is meant for education. And that is the type of person that we are looking up to. That is the type of person that I am Marwa is. And so we many people look up to him, many YouTubers and even many people in humanity, people who want to just do humanitarian work and everything, look up to the type of transparency that Marwa has. So yesterday when I was looking at that video, I was, guys, when they were walking, they went for a house tour. If you can check on I am Marwa's yesterday video. Yeah, they were doing the house tour. Yeah, that is before they went back to his villa. So he was there, and they were distributing that cash, and giving, the lady was there, and then eventually they also did a tour at I think was it Pablo's house or whatever, I don't know. But now what caught my attention, after they were there with Rocio, and now they've checked on the house and everything was okay, and they went at the back of who was he Pablo's or the house or whatever. So when they were outside there, then the boss looked at the other side, and he was so pleased, and he was talking about security and the way those people are his neighbors. He was saying Mayugno is his neighbor, and the other side there are many people who've built around his place, and he was talking even about having a community police, whereby they can have a big fence that can guard them, and they can have a common gate, which is a very good idea. But then there's something in that conversation that caught my attention. The boss was on camera and on record, and he was saying, what, there's another lady, a foreigner, I don't want to mention, and the boss was like, he has started building over that side, and he has a boyfriend who is a Kenyan, and the boss was saying, I told that lady, for her to be careful and have papers and all that, as a good friend, and he said even initially the lady had come to him in his villa before even knowing that Kenyan man. And so I was curious, like, what is happening here? Is there something like misunderstanding that has come out of this or something? Because I can say even in December, guys, I was so curious, and without mentioning any names here, because I respect, I try and do, I respect people's decisions and relationships, so it's not upon me to start mentioning names. But definitely, if you are a follower of I am Marwa's channel and all that has been happening in Nyabohanse, definitely you can know who is the lady, who's a white lady who came from outside and is now maybe currently building in Nyabohanse. That one you can easily know. I don't want to mention any name, and I've not mentioned anybody's name. So, Marwa, the boss on camera, was like, I want to be straight on record and say, I've disassociated myself with this lady. She's a foreigner. And then Marwa was like a bit hurt the way I also saw that conversation on camera, because he was saying the lady wrote him a very bad text message telling him, he's primitive. That is a primitive way of advising her, and it was just advice that Ayamara gave the lady, who is a foreigner anyway. And guys, you know very well, when you're a foreigner and you go to a new place, a new country, a foreign country, you really need to be careful in dealing with each and everything, not even in terms of relationship alone, but in terms of even your papers, in terms of your security, in terms of you, and on you meeting trustworthy people, which I've not said she's met untrustworthy people, but as Marwa was the first person who welcomed her in Kenya, not in Kenya, but in Villa Nyabohanse. And even I can remember Minhawi did some interview with her some while back, when she came in, and mean how he was talking about being excited meeting a new friend from outside the country, and mean how he was like, she's come to stay forever. By that time I checked on that. And so, guys, at times we're usually told, there are some, I usually hear over saying, people say that it's usually difficult to advise somebody who is in love, a girl who is in love, not even somebody who is in love. That is a saying that usually people like saying, but it's funny at the same time and it's sad at the same time, because I think advice is good, but at the same time, now if somebody is in love, at times maybe you can, she or he can think that you are, trespassing, and you are just being nosy, and sticking your nose into their issues and all that. Because even after that, yesterday I went and checked on the ladies channel, because they are in Nyabuhanze, definitely all of them. Even the dude has a channel in Nyabuhanze. I'm not mentioning names, but the lady, of course, I think by now you've known who she is. So, and the lady was there doing the interview with the dude yesterday, and she was like so upset. She was telling people, please don't get in our business, we are currently building. And they showed us they started with the whatever, I don't know if they're those structures, whatever structure they are making. And so the guy was so furious. I saw the dude on camera yesterday in their channel. The guy was a bit of like either cautioning the boss Marwa or something, because the way he was talking about people are minding their business. People are saying the white woman has brought him money for building. It was so much drama. And I looked at that, because after the boss talked that thing on his channel, Marwa, I went to the ladies and the guy's channel, and I just got shocked, because I saw them now talking about people are not happy with their progress, and people are bitter, and people are whatever, jealousy. And I was like, wow, who is jealous? Can you even say that the boss is jealous? Or and you saw you I think when you were keen yesterday, and you checked on all that whole drama that was in Nyabohanze, at the end of the day, I looked at that and I said, you know what, this is the travel commando, and he must be respected. You know what, I was saying, it's like your parent. When your parent tells you something, in as much as you can feel like, okay, you don't have to tell me this, but it's good to listen. It's good to give an ear. It's good to just give an ear and shut up. You don't have to go back to your parent and start blabbering in front of everybody around the world, and telling the world, what, my mom was wrong, my dad was wrong, and I want to do what I want to do. Dude, you know what, that is the travel commando. At the end of the day, it's not his business to get into your relationship or stuff, but at the same time, I will appreciate if he can see me going in wrong in one way or the other, or right. I will appreciate his input. That is input. It's not like he wanted them to leave that relationship, the two of them or whatever. But I think the travel commando Ayamara was trying to advise. Advice is good, which I will appreciate if somebody could call me aside or write me a text message and give me advice. Because at the end of the day, maybe I'm a foreigner, and it is you who knows. And if you have even built a villa in Nyabuhanze, the commando has built, and he knows, he has every contact, he knows everybody. And from him, maybe you could get contacts of people, doing you this and this and this at a cheaper price, But now, if you go in front of the camera and start yapping like, you're not my God, you're not my everything. And at the end of the day, even the first trip that even the lady had, she came to the travel commando in the villa in Nyabohanze. Then what has changed? What has happened to, and I was like, dude, what has changed? What has happened to being respectful and mindful of people who are ahead of you? At the end of the day, you can't, you have to start from somewhere. And when you start from somewhere, there are people who are ahead of you. And when you find people are ahead of you, when it was the house tour, I can remember it was Nasto's house tour. It's Nasto. So look at the way Nasto is humbled there. The Travel Commando Marwa, the boss came by himself with the girlfriend Rocio to see Nasto's house. And I liked that gesture because it shows much. And he was so proud of Nasto, and he was encouraging Nasto and telling Nasto, here you need to do this, here you need to just change a bit of this. And he was at times congratulating Nasto, which is good because it was positive and also at times negative feedback. All of them appreciated, you know what? But now, if you are somebody who wants people to give you positive feedback throughout, then my friend, I think you are very wrong. You are very wrong because even after the travel, it was such a big thing. I am Marwa going live on camera, and on record, and saying, what, I've blocked that lady. She's a foreigner, but she came in Nyagwanze because of me, but now I've blocked her. And I don't want anything about her. And I was like, okay, now if I am Marwa, himself has blocked you. Now, who do you gonna go to? Because even all other YouTubers in Nyabohanze look up to him. It's Nasto, Akinamba Yugno, Howie, everybody is after him because they know exactly which types of blessings that he carries. And you are told those blessings you just carry, you get them from a father. And that is the same thing we are trying to, I'm trying to compare, Marwa is a father figure in this whole structure. And when that, the boyfriend stands up in front of the camera on the ladies' channel, so what I was saying, my people, at times it's good to listen and keep quiet. You don't have to listen and react to everything. You need to ask yourself, is it worth it me reacting on this? Or is it worth me holding my peace and to shut up? Because if you shut up, you can prevent many other people talking about it or reacting negatively or positively about it. Like me, I saw it yesterday and I said, what? This is crazy, this is something unbelievable because even, I've met the lady, I've met the guy, I've met them together, and even in Nyabohanze we were together. But this whole situation, just blowing in front of the cameras in our face and also them coming in their channels and say, what, you guys, we don't need negative energy. You people have negative energy. No, we don't have negative energy. We wish you the best in your love. We wish you harmony. We wish you peace and everything. But at the same time, it's good to listen. And it's good to listen, and at times you don't have to react because that reaction, I think, it was not necessary. By even Marwa coming on, I am Marwa coming in front of the camera, the boss, and saying, distancing himself from all that you're doing, even, and saying, what, that lady, I blocked her. And, that was very down and low. And I was like, oh my goodness, now, what if he blocks her, and eventually this lady will need him? What will happen? So guys, I said, let me come and talk about it because this is a fellow lady, this is a fellow woman, and this is somebody who also needs love. That is true. She has gotten love, but at the same time, there's some reactions that can make you be off, Even the reaction from the boyfriend was off because he does not come on camera and start lecturing people the way people are jealous. We are not jealous. Okay, maybe there are people who are jealous, but is Marwa jealous? Because Marwa told the lady, what, you need to do this, you're a foreigner, do this, do this, do this. So guys, that was what so lovely, people. I think this is what I wanted to talk about. This is what I noted, and I said, let me just react on it because we are learning, and every day is a learning process, and it doesn't mean somebody is right or somebody is wrong. Who is right, who is wrong, but it is a learning curve. It is a learning process because the person who you are bullshitting right now or wherever is the same person who one day you will gonna look for her or him. The same applies to both parties, you never know. So what I will ask is, I will ask for peace, I will ask for reconciliation, and I will ask for respect. Please, the couple, could you just get time and then, just have a good talk with Marwa and, just explain to him at the point in which you are coming in, and have reconciliation. Because even the boss said he blocked the lady. So I'm wondering now, how will they talk if he blocked the lady, So I think these are things people can talk about in life, and people can see how to rectify situations. Otherwise, everybody is still one, because at the end of the day, we need each other and we are there for one another. So guys, I hope I've not mentioned anybody in a negative way, because I'm very careful and I've not mentioned any name. But I know you guys, when you're following these channels, I am Marwa and wherever, you can know what happened yesterday, and that whole episode that happened yesterday in Nasto's place. otherwise, I am thankful. I just came to have a talk with you guys. I appreciate each and every time when you come in. If you have reaction, if you have a comment, the comment section, you can drop me a comment, like the video, share video, and this is your girl Lady Lynn each and every day. What I can say right now is peace.